want you to listen up for a sec. If you really want to change your life, I'm talking true sustainable change, you need to start meeting yourself where you're at in this moment. You do that by starting to set realistic expectations for yourself. How do we shift into making realistic expectations? Great questions. I'm so glad you asked. And real quick, if you're new here, my name's Casey. I have a master's in rehabilitation and mental health counseling. I have my own combo platter of neurodivergent needs, and it is my job to help you make your life feel a little less hard. Number one for adjusting your expectations is break it down. Nope, break it down even smaller than that. All of my clients, especially my ADHD clients, myself included, we set our expectations, we set our goals way too big. And then we get overwhelmed when we try to look at it and like, I have on my to-do list today, write a book. That's a lot to do in one day. Instead, I'm gonna write something like, write 100 words. That feels doable. It's not that I can't write a book, it's that I'm going to write it 100, 200 words at a time, which leads me straight into tip number 2, which is celebrate. Celebrate the shit out of everything. Every win, no matter how tiny. You got out of bed, brushed your teeth, and went back to bed, celebrate it. You wrote 50 words instead of that 100 you were shooting for, celebrate it. There is science that shows when we celebrate everything, no matter how tiny, when we are constantly celebrating our wins, it starts to rewire our brain to see the good in things, to be proud of ourselves. It boosts our sense of self-trust. It boosts our self-esteem. Celebrating the wins, no matter how tiny, only does good things for your brain. And step number 3, this one is the hardest for my perfectionists especially, is adjust as you go. My clients, we are constantly talking about test and retest. If you create yourself a new morning routine, you set a goal of having this new morning routine, and you realize after a week or so it is feeling way too ambitious, scale it back. There is no shame in adjusting course if that adjustment is going to set you up for further success. Adapting our goals, changing our routines, shifting our mindset, taking smaller steps, none of that is failure, none of that is a setback. That is wisdom and strength in action. That is you doing the best you can for you. Setting realistic expectations isn't about lowering your standard. It's about setting yourself up for real, sustainable progress. Life-changing progress. Start small, celebrate often, adjust as needed, and if you need help, my one-on-ones are open.